Comment.
Welcome back to These Ales of Wonder. I'm Martin. I'm here with Jake.
Hello.
And I'm here with Marc.
Hi.
We're continuing our series on strong British ales. These are the stronger, non-roasty ales of the British Isles. Higher in ABV than bitters, milds and brown ales, and no stouts and porters. Now tonight is going to be wee heavies. Rich, sweet malt and caramel, toffee and fruit flavoured, full-bodied, chewy, warming alcohol, not syrupy, 7-10%. I'm really grateful to Scottish craft brewers for recommending these two expressions to me. Traquair House Ale, fermented in oak, and the Orkney Brewery's Skull Splitter. Now, I've got Jake here under false pretences because I told him it was going to be old ale. Now, I've just done the old ale, which you'll have seen last week. But tell the viewers, Jake, how much you love wee heavies.
I hate wee heavies. That's my least favourite beer ever. And I explicitly said to you, do not invite me when we taste wee heavies. And you've done it. And I can't believe it. And you've not only have you invited me to the wee heavy night, you've invited me with a skull splitter of a wee heavy. Thank you very much.
That's okay.
Martin. That's very kind of you.
And Marc, you brewed wee heavies. Do you want to tell the viewers about your wee heavy?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, over Martin's shoulder, you can see on the shelf here, is a wee heavy that I made with 80% peated malt. Why? Well, I don't know. It sounded like a good idea. It tastes exactly as you'd expect. It's pretty disgusting. It's been in there for about a year now, so I'm hopeful that it'll eventually
Crawl out of the bottle and win another competition.
Absolutely, because that's how I normally roll. Because, you know, a misunderstanding happens quite quickly, and then there we go.
Do you think it'll might crawl all the way back up north and go back to Scotland?
It might do.
Right. Time to try some beers. God. Okay, first up, Traquair House Ale at, was it 6.5, something like that? 7.2.
7.2.
7.2.
That's a lovely looking beer again.
It is.
Nice.
I'm getting prunes. There's a lot of esters again. A hint of crusty bread.
According to the label, it is the brew house of the oldest inhabited house in Scotland. So if all of our entries can make sure they get that deep Scottish flavour, that would be great.
There's quite a lot of malt bitterness, so it's starting off smooth, and there are tannins as well, which are offering that in the finish as well as the malt bitterness.
Yeah, there's that sort of puckering dryness, isn't it? Which is interesting because I also, in balance, get that chewiness, like really, really caramel toffee, like chewiness on the malt. Really malt forward. I mean, massively. There is a bitness there, but
You've got to wonder how this would age, because it said like the best before 2034, and famously Scotch ale, really heavy, is the only of the Scotch beers that you can age. So, what would it be like in 10 years' time? We're not going to find out.
it does come across quite dry though. It's quite well attenuated, isn't it? Do you not think it's not?
It's very drinkable.
Yeah, it's not like a chew. It's not as chewy as I thought it was.
It's not syrupy.
No,
It's not thick.
yeah,
Yeah.
Fantastic.
yeah, nice.
That's a nice beer, that. Right.
Comment.
Dear viewers, I'm sorry to say this is a downhill task. We're getting slower and sillier as we go. Sorry. We just opened Orkney Brewery's Skull Splitter, which will make everything better. It's a 8.5% Scotch ale. Appearance.
It's a bit cloudier
Yeah.
than the last, but I read the label and it said it's got wheat in it, so that probably accounts for that.
The head lingers quite nicely.
Yeah,
It has legs.
it does very nicely.
Yeah.
Smells very, very sweet, very, very syrupy caramel toffee, loads of that.
It's quite
And
estery as well.
really estery, like figs. I think.
Yeah, figs, plums.
Yeah.
I get marzipan as well.
Yeah, yeah. So we're in Christmas cake territory straight away, aren't we?
Oh, yes, actually bang on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there, isn't it? It's... Yeah.
Quite different to the previous beer again. Quite chewy,
Yeah.
sweet.
The finish is sweet. There's I'm left with almond, marzipan at the end. That's what I'm feeling. It's finishing on that, and indeed the sweetness.
I think full-bodied is the way to describe that for me.
Yeah.
It's not. It's like the opposite of a lager, isn't it? It's like it's not crispy.
Yeah.
It is.
Going back to the Traquair House ale, I see you finish yours, Jake. It's the Traquair always feels light compared to the Skull Splitter, and of course it's nothing like light. It's a big beer in its own right. But yeah,
I just know what it is. I think it might be that wheatiness, that wheat in the malt bill, that's making me kind of take longer to drink.
yeah.
The other was much more.
There's a lot of residual sugar as well, and probably crystal malt in here.
Yeah.
So that's probably doesn't.
But these are beers that are going to slow you down. These, I suppose, if we think about a beer that hides its alcohol and hides its strength, we think of a triple, Belgian triple. These are doing the opposite of that. They're strong beers, they're big beers, and they're letting you know it. Yeah. And they're making you sit down and sip it. Whereas the classic with the triple is it's easy drinking, hide it, and then try and stand up. That you know you're drinking a big beer with this, and there's a certain integrity to that, I guess, in letting your drinker know exactly what you're going for.
But I think the difference with this particular style to other styles like the strong ale is I do think it's got slightly more almondy, kind of syrupy caramel, whereas the other one, where we were talking about the old ales, they're much more, sherry aged, and that doesn't taste necessarily aged. It just tastes much more malt forward, ester forward, as a bit.
Okay, thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you. We'll see you in the next one.